Hello, Patreon.
We are live.
We are live.
Yeah.
I don't know if this shows up. This is kind of a test run. I want to know if you guys can see us, if we're here live, or if we're just looking silly.
Yeah, they made everything so difficult, and we've been having issues. So hopefully you guys are seeing this, and we are showing up live because it should have posted immediately, and it should be published now. So anyway, hi guys, how are you?
Should be.
We have a drawing to do.
Let's do a drawing. We got one more VIP session to draw. I just want to make sure everybody's name's in here. I can't get it all. There it is.
There it is.
And there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Fold that in half. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Gotta fold them so you can't cheat.
Yes.
Okay.
Are new people interested?
Don't look. Yes, new people are in here if they're VIP members. And there it is. If your initials are DN, I know who you are. Do you know who you are?
Yes.
You get another free session.
Wow. Another
Free session.
Okay.
All right. She lives on free sessions, and I love that about her.
Yes. All right.
We by the way, if you're watching this, you're not watching it live because there's nobody here.
Yeah, because it would tell us if you're
and
watching.
Our dogs are losing their minds over something.
Here's what they're doing.
Yeah. So here, we come in here to say, hey, we'll see if this works, do the drawing.
Yes.
And we want to know who's watching the number one video one of the journey.
Did you post, is it posted in there?
It's posted in there already.
Awesome.
And we need to schedule, I think it'd be fun to schedule a live event.
Yes.
But it's everybody's schedules, trying to get everybody together with their schedules is going to be kind of rough. So let's get your opinions on, should we do a live to discuss the videos, or would you prefer you send us questions and we answer them? Now, you can get intimate. You can get all the way raw. You can get all the way deep. Ask us how we were feeling. Ask us what we were going through. Ask us the questions that you want to ask us. It's just us, right? It's just us.
Yes.
Yeah, do that. And we have some great stuff coming up for Patreon now that we have figured out the site.
For the most part.
And how to do the videos. Maybe. It's trial run.
Something about Wirecast. I don't know anything about
I don't know. But that's fine.
Yeah.
But we don't want to keep you too long. We got another video on your next lesson coming out, and I know it's going to be quick, but that'll be out by the end of the week. And I know that because there was a backup, that it's going to feel like you didn't have a whole lot of time to do homework.
Yes.
In between, but it is what
for the last homework, you were supposed to list what judgments you have and what they do to your behaviors and how it makes you show up. This is going to be very powerful in experiencing how you experience connection or experience this particular connection and how you actually show up in the connection. Some of the judgments that you get out against yourself have a lot to do with things that have happened to you in the past. So make sure that they're kind of relative to that, and then we can help you navigate through those. So if you guys have listed them or if you guys have written them down, send them to us. Send them in the private message here. That way we can go over them. And what we'll do is we'll do a video kind of helping you go through those and helping you understand how you change those. I think those things will be really relative into what you're experiencing and how you're experiencing things now. The goal is to get you more present so you change those things so that way you can see how things show up around you so you can see there's a huge difference. Sometimes judgment gets the better part of you and you don't even realize it. So
judgment.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it for a few minutes?
Sure.
For our Patreon members only?
Absolutely. What has judgment been in our connection? How's it shown up, I guess?
Oh my God, a lot. And here's the interesting thing with these videos, guys. We're going to get a little bit personal with you. And you're going to learn things that the general public hasn't. How has judgment showed up in our connection or our relationship?
Both.
Okay.
Well, let's do the relationship part first. That's probably.
It has caused separations.
Mhm.
It has caused blow-ups. It has caused conflict. It has caused self-judgment to explode like a nuclear bomb. It has caused near separation. Here's the interesting thing, and it really all falls back to how you handle things. Different types of things, right? Sometimes judgment can come across as sometimes judgment can come across as criticism.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you an example. When I am personally under a great deal of stress and worry and anxiety, right? When I am under that and I feel like there's a 1,000-pound weight on each one of my shoulders, what happens first? I've got to say this happens first before anything is I start to judge myself. What have I done to cause this? What can I do to cause this? I can go through a list of what I've done to cause this stress and worry. And I get to the point where I'm just so completely overwhelmed with it that's when I want to start. Well, this isn't done, and this is sitting in there, and that's sitting in there. I've got all this weight on my shoulders and all this other stuff around, right? Something that I noticed recently that I do is I tend to take all of everything when I'm under that pressure. I tend to take up all the weight, right? I don't want anybody to carry anything. I got it all. Why not? I already had it, right? And that's when I'm going to start attacking. Because, follow me here, I have already placed all this weight on my shoulders, right? Now, anything that's added to that is going to be criticized.
When you place the weight on your shoulders, you're already attacking yourself.
Already. I've got all this going on inside, all this worry, all this stress, all this pressure. And I've been dealing with that. And now there's a sink full of dishes, and the dishwasher hasn't been done, and there's laundry sitting on top, and there's laundry in the dryer that hasn't been folded, and the bed hasn't been made, and the vacuum hasn't been done, and the tables are a mess, and the kitchen hasn't been wiped down, and the toilets haven't been cleaned, and none of that's my fault. That's everybody else's fault. And I'm going to start going, but you, right?
Or, no, I'm doing it all myself.
There's that too. Yeah. And if you would, and whether it be you, which is most oftentimes, because you're always right there, my daughter or my son or whatever, you haven't done anything to help me at all.
Right. I'm
carrying all this weight, and it's so stressful and it's so worrisome. That's all I've been able to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't been able to focus on the dishes. I haven't been able to focus on the laundry. I haven't been able to focus on this or that or this or that. You should have been backing me up. That's going to come across as judgment.
Right.
And then what's going to happen is you're going to take that on as self-judgment. Why couldn't I help? Why haven't I helped? Why haven't I seen she's under this? Why haven't I done this? Why haven't I done that? Those things. Right? And then you start into self-judgment cycle yourself.
Yes.
And then we get into this cesspool of self-judgment.
Yes. And some of the most beautiful things that'll be said when you're in judgment is, you must think I'm stupid, or you must think that I can do everything, or I guess I'm just being a horrible person. Those things are judgments that you're doing to yourself, that you're putting on the other person, and you will attack them every time with it. And it makes no sense whatsoever, because the other person said, you're like, I didn't even say anything. And we don't have to say anything. But in this connection, this happens so much of the time, that when we actually get down, when we get pulled back down to earth, it's like, I didn't say those things, right? Yeah, but the way you were treating me made me feel that way. And that's the trap. The trap of judgment is usually that whole platform by itself is literally when you think the other person is treating you a specific kind of way based on how you're telling yourself how they think of you, and it has nothing to do with you at all. And if you try to exclude yourself from the conversation, God help you. But if you end up staying for the conversation, make yourself neutral. Say, okay, I understand that you see things this way, but literally, you know, I didn't say that, right? That sometimes works, not all the time, because then it still goes down a different path and goes to other things. So if you find yourself stuck in that space, or you're the person who's saying, you must think I'm stupid, or they must think that they can walk all over me, that's literally you doing that to yourself and putting it on somebody else. Let's face it, this is about the connection to yourself. And if you've already been in the habit of doing those things show up in this connection and they become very destructive, and they will definitely cause all kinds of different ways that you kind of disconnect from what the actual connection is trying to show you. I think that's a pretty good way to put it, but literally every form of judgment you can experience from what she was saying and what I'm telling you, when you literally put something on somebody and tell yourself, this is why this is landing in me this way, and it must be because I'm not good enough. It must be because I'm not enough, or it must be that I don't matter. You literally are the one that's rejecting yourself and putting the judgment on the other person. These things cause behaviors in us from the day we're born, and from the first time we experience them, we keep experiencing them until we realize we don't need to experience them anymore. God, this is shit you're not going to get on YouTube. But it is shit you're going to get here on Patreon. Because I'm telling you right now, the work that we're talking about doing, you're going to be probably paying more attention to yourself than you ever had. And that was the purpose of this. We knew that we do this individually one-on-one, but in this way, we at least get to talk to more of you, and more of you get to actually absorb what we're saying. So make sure you tell your friends. Anything else to add?
If you get someone to sign on Patreon, whatever tier they sign on you get refunded back to you 1 month. So if you get a Patreon member to sign on VIP, your next month is free. So if you get someone to sign on, I don't know what it's called, the other one.
The third.
Yeah, then you get the next month for free.
Yes. All right.
There it is. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being patient during all that.
Bleh.
Yeah. And we worked it out.
We need some feedback. Is the volume okay? Because we haven't gotten in our microphones yet in our little headset so we can hear if our volume is working or not, because we can only get this little green thing that doesn't even really register to let us know if you can hear us. Yeah, you see it right there. It doesn't show like full dots, so we don't even know if you can hear us properly, but hopefully you can.
Can?
Yes. And
get a hold of us, Patreon members that get your free session so we can get you booked.
Email
info@relationshipreinvented.com. Even better, private messages here on Patreon. We will get right back with you.
All right. We love you guys. We will see you soon.